When we started in the early 80s, there was no academic colleague interested in this issue. Polychromy simply means covered with paint. The ancient marble sculpture had been fully colored. The color is fragile. It easily chips off.
The director of the Metropolitan Museum, Robinson, an archaeologist who was present at the excavation on the Athenian Acropolis, he saw the colorful sculptures coming out from the earth. He also saw, a few days after they were excavated, the sculptures lost their colors.
The earth is protecting the object. So if an object stands all the centuries exposed to weathering, the chance that the polychromy is well preserved is much smaller. If you look closely, you can see a lot of traces. This is not dirt. In most cases, it is color, which is deteriorated, but still it is color.
If you start a reconstruction, there are thousands of questions and you have to decide, what will we do with the missing parts? Is the color there or there? Which color is there? It's always a discussion how to continue.
The color reconstruction is managed by my wife, by Ulrike Koch-Brinkmann. To reconstruct the full body of a sculpture means to give answer to every square centimeter.
In the first years, I made only drawings and tried to reconstruct all these rich and fantastic ornaments. But at a certain point, we need a three-dimensional understanding of ornament with different volumes and the movement of the body. It's really interesting.
There are a lot of issues which have to be solved. How to reproduce pigments from minerals, from earth. Nobody knew. So we had to get into the research. All reconstructions we are producing are done with the authentic material.
I want to get close to these color materials to understand them, how to paint with them, and these all are strong colors from nature, made from nature. But the problem is they are fixed with the binding material on the surface of the marble. And this binding material is organic, and after 2,000 years, and with the loss of the protection of the earth, it's not fixed anymore.
Concerning our research, the most important tool is the human eye. In order to enhance the capability of the human eye, you must use modified light conditions to take photographs not only in daylight, but to do it in UV, ultraviolet, or to do it in infrared, in IR, or in a very sharp raking light coming from the side. And there is the microscope, the magnifying glass. And there are all those physical, chemical, analytical methods enhanced by digital aspects, and you can measure directly on the object in a non-invasive way in X-rays. The idea always is the same. A specific material has a specific character in a reaction towards radiation. It's like a footprint. It is so characteristic that you can say, oh, this is blue azurite, this is red cinnabar.
The Met Scientific and Conservation departments, they did a great job applying state-of-the-art methods in order to understand the pigments which had been applied. And the Sphinx is a very good and very lucky case. There is still so much evidence. What we did first is use the data in order to produce a 3D print in the original size. Our reconstructions are, to a certain degree, trying to bridge the gap of history. There is no viewing of ancient art, no deep understanding of the narrative without color. It's impossible. Color is absolutely necessary. You could say the Greeks, they started the trek towards Hollywood. They understood that you can deceive perception, that you can evoke mechanisms of perceptions which are absolutely alike nature. Entering Greek sanctuary, you view the pediment figures of a temple from a distance of 20, 30 meters. How could you read the narrative of a mythological event without detailing textiles, ornaments, weapons, attributes? You need the color in order to discern the detail and the full story, the fairy tale.